empty pot. Long time ago in China.
Focus question.
Long time ago in China, there was a boy named Chan. He lived with his mother in a golden house in a countryside village. Their house was very small, but their garden was always full of beautiful flowers and other plants. Chan's mother had planted the garden before Chan was born. She told him everything she knew about gardening. The Emperor of China was a very old man who had no children for his own. He worried about who would become the next emperor. That was what had happened to his country. He decided to choose the next emperor from among the children on his empire. One day, the emperor announced that the people of China should bring their children to his palace. The emperor really had planned the crow that had guarded day. She declared, "I will prove a flower," said to any child who want one. Take your seed home and plant it in a pot. In a year's time, come back to the palace with your pot, and I will select the next emperor. Chan lived and the older children together said. He could hardly contain his excitement. Chan tied his said with raker. He carried it home with a stick pouch. He planted the seed in the little clay pot in his garden, covered with the soil, and gave it water. They passed, but the little seed didn't sprout. Chan put the seed in the bigger pot made of fine china. He moved the pot on the sunniest corner of the garden. Week passed, but the little seed didn't sprout. Chan car had passed by middle to a well that was far famous of having sweet, fresh water. Months passed, but the little seed didn't sprout. The kid pet cricket next to the pot, so the seed could hear a sweet nighttime chirp. Season passed, but the little seed still didn't sprout. A year went by. It was time to bring the pot back to the emperor's palace. Chan felt downcast and glum. His seed hadn't sprouted at all. His wise mother found him weeping in the garden. "You did your best," she said to Chan with all comment. "I am very proud of you. Bring your pot to the emperor and tell him what happened." Children are the emperor's palace in their pot full of flower. Each pot seemed to hold flower more beautiful than the last. Chan looked down at an empty pot and wanted to run back home. He calmed himself down, remembering his mother's word. He decided to stay where he was. The emperor walked slowly through the crowd of children and flowers, studying each child a part that he wanted. Something was wrong. The emperor didn't look pleased. In fact, in some the prettier the flower, the engineer he became. At last he came to Chan and his empty pot. "What this?" the emperor demanded. "Why is your pot empty?" Chan hung his head in shame. "I'm sorry. I put a seed in the pot, but it didn't grow. I put it in a bigger, fancier pot, but it still didn't grow. I made sure it had plenty of sunlight. I gave it freshest water. I even let my cricket keep in company at night. Still it would not grow. I tried my best." Suddenly, to his surprise, Chan heard the emperor shout, "I found him!" He discovered the child worthy of becoming the next emperor. "I don't know how the rest of you grew your flowers," they said. "I gave everyone the bullet. They could never have sprouted, but the honest, brave child told me the simple truth. He is a bad effort to try to grow the seed. These are a quarter little. I want to see the next emperor." Chan and his mother want to live in the palace. Every day the emperor and Chan walk in the palace garden together. When Chan became emperor, he cared of China just as the always cared of his own garden. Goodbye, teacher.